Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, thank you. As your respected dignitaries and your friends, I would like to thank to the organizers, especially to the director, sir, for giving me this opportunity to share my views, experiences with you all, such a diligent personalities. Friends, being an academic leader, the principal of Raja Harpal Singh Degree College, Singramau, Jaunpur, a postgraduate college, I will share first hand experiences of NEP 2020. Friends, now we are in online mode and we know the limitations of this mode. That's why, just to save the time and data and to present whatever there in my mind in a proper sequence, each and every line I have just structured, and I would like just to narrate whatever I have written, and I think it will take less time and will be more effective. The entire discussion actually is based on the experiences what we are experiencing in the field actually after implementation of this NEP 2020. Friends, now this is the time just to evaluate the NEP 2020's ground reality. Whatever there is in the format or draft of the NEP 2020, it's not important. Important is what is the impact of this NEP 2020 after its implementation. What are the issues which on the ground reality we are facing? Friends, I would like to start whatever we have experienced in about 3 sessions and 2 years. On the basis of that, I would like to start my discussion with the conclusion. If you go through the entire draft of NEP 2020, which is definitely excellent in all respect and has capacity to transform the entire universe, you will find that this policy, but I think I should not say it policy because its implementation is not mandatory for each and everybody. It's I can say it a guideline. It's self-defeating. That's why either scrap it within time or, which is most important line, fulfill all needed requirements for its effective implementation mentioned even in the draft also. Otherwise, it will scrap the entire education system. Sir, NEP 2020, which has 5 pillars: access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability, is definitely far better than previous education policies announced in 68, 86, and 92. At that time, in those policies, even their coverage was not so wide. 6% of GDP was recommended in all policies, but current expenditure is about only 4%. Structure of NEP 2020, because it is so wide, it requires at least or more than 10% of GDP. In other things, if other things remaining the same, it means the NEP 2020, which we have just introduced, assumes pleasure economy. It means whatever you want, that will be there in your hand. This policy is aligned to the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and aim to transform India into a vibrant knowledge society and global knowledge superpower by making both school and college education more holistic, integrated, enjoyable, and engaging. Sir, with the help of some key points of NEP 2020, I would like to explain whatever the conclusion or inference I have drawn about the NEP 2020. Some key features of multidisciplinary undergraduate education, faculty and institutional autonomy, establishment of NRF, light but tight regulation by single regulator for higher education, increased access, equity and inclusion through private philanthropic university scholarship, online education and open distance learning, multidisciplinary, cross-disciplinary and larger student enrollment. Up to 2030, at least one multidisciplinary institution in every district. Gross enrollment ratio in higher education 26.3% in 18 and will be 50% up to 2035. In 2023, enrollment, whatever we experienced in the colleges after the implementation of NEP 2020, enrollment reduced about 20% in comparison to 20 in 23. Open distance learning program will be at par of campus courses. Online mode quality courses will be developed. It requires network, electricity and computer. Are these facilities available in remote areas of the country? Regional disparities are not taken into consideration. Higher education institution clusters will be developed to encourage high quality multidisciplinary and cross-disciplinary teaching and research. Professional and vocational courses are equally focused along with regular campus courses. Multiple entry and exit points, MERUs will be established. 10+2 system replaced by 5+3+3+4. Semester system introduced. Some important points that needs explanation. Semester system came into existence. Strict time management, sufficient infrastructure, hardware and software, reasonable teacher-taught ratio. We do not fulfill even a single condition. Credit system will be managed by Abacus. It requires proper network, computer, hardware, software with smart operators. Flexibility. In theory, there is freedom to choose any subject, but in the third year, you cannot deviate from your own faculty. This is the problem. It needs some corrections. Choice-based credit system is introduced. Continuous assessment requires more human resource. Major and minor, co-curricular, vocational. When we were in 3-subject system, now it has been replaced by 6-subject system without increasing physical, human and financial infrastructure. Although we had been facing so many problems even in 3-subject system, overemphasis on vocational and professional courses without providing any additional resources. Although quality of teaching of traditional courses also reduced significantly. Recommendation of NEP 2020, it's important. Reduce opportunity costs and fees for pursuing higher education when everything is being privatized. Is it possible? Provide more financial assistance and scholarship to socio-economically disadvantaged students, but it is expected by the private universities, their philanthropic activities, make admissions process more inclusive. Just I told you that this year admission reduced in comparison to 2020. Make curriculum more inclusive, increase employability potential of higher education programs, develop more degree courses taught in Indian languages and bilingually, ensure all building and facilities are wheelchair accessible and disabled friendly, develop bridge courses for students, provide socio-emotional and academic support and mentoring for all such students through suitable counseling and mentoring programs. Do we have physical, human and financial resources just to provide these facilities which are indicated in the NEP 2020? Ensure sensitization of faculty, counselor, students on gender identity issues and its inclusion in all aspects of the higher education institutions. Strictly enforce all no discrimination and anti-harassment rules. Develop institutional development plans, contain a specific plan for action on increasing participation from socio-economically disadvantaged groups. The recommendations are excellent and nothing is parallel to it. But what about its ground reality? Do we have really a capacity to fulfill even a single recommendation? Access and most effective part of the NEP 2020, actually which justified the conclusion which actually we have drawn earlier. Access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability, curriculum, pedagogy, continuous assessment, and student support are the cornerstones for quality learning, along with providing suitable resources and infrastructure such as quality libraries, classrooms, labs, technology supports, recreation areas, student discussion spaces, dining areas. Number of initiatives will be required to ensure that learning environments are engaging and supportive and enable all students to succeed. These are the other things that must be remained the same. There will also be professional, academic, and career counseling available to all students, as well as counselors to ensure physical, psychological, and emotional well being. Finally, all programs, courses, curricula, and pedagogy across subjects, including those in class, online, and in ODL mode, as well as student support, will aim to achieve global standards of quality. Means these are the prerequisites for the effective implementation of NEP 2020. These are the sentences which are written even in the draft of NEP 2020. It means these are the prerequisites of before implementation of NEP 2020. These all should be available in the each and every institution. Finally, we can conclude that do not rely on privatization, digitalization, and autonomy, which are the gist of the NEP 2020. When about 30% population lives below the poverty line and about 800 million, about 60% population is getting free cereals, quality human capital is the base of nation building. Human capital formation is possible only through the free and quality education at all levels. NEP 2020 must be framed in the light of this suggestion. In the last but not least, I would like to conclude that with the one sentence that not policy but intention requires attention. Thanks. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share whatever I have experienced from the ground. Thank you again and again. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir, for providing such a nice glimpse about NEP 2020. Thank you once again on behalf of HRDC. Now invite Professor Lenin, sir, for his kind words. Lenin, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Sir, over to you. Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Dear professors, academicians, the great the pillars of educational institutions. Good evening, all present here. So NEP 2020, preparing India as a knowledge superpower. So if you consider the previous educational policies, we have given lot of importance